Slice of life is killing romance. And just like isekai, it's slowly starting to get a bit too oversaturated, and I'm not quite sure that's a good thing. And what's more is that we aren't just getting any kind of daily wacky adventures that has characters being overdramatic to the smallest things. I mean, we are, but these days it's spearheaded by or revolves around whatever titular female lead has been specifically made with a specific gimmick to have the masses fall in love with, changing the genre into what I hereby dub the slice of waifu genre. Get it? Because it sounds like slice of life, but then life sounds like wife, and wife sounds like waifu, which kind of sounds like laifu. Get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? Komi Can't Communicate is a cute little slice of life rom-com that centers around the titular Shoko, Komi, a girl with social anxiety that makes it hard for her to talk to people. She, along with her very first friend, this guy, Tadano, get into all sorts of situations with varying degrees of exaggeration as he helps Komi make 100 friends, all the while slowly falling in love as it happens. So, waifus, you love them, you'd go to war for them, and you have an unhealthy relationship with them. I don't think I need to define what exactly a waifu is to anyone remotely into anime. I'm sure you've got one or two waifus that you hold to such high regard. And for the average anime fan, that's pretty normal and nothing to be ashamed of these days. What a man does with his waifu is no other man's business after all. The term waifu has a pretty interesting origin. The word hit the Western audiences in the early 2000s through a pretty popular slice of life, Azumanga Daihou, where upon one of the characters dropping a photo is asked who it is in the photo, they respond with the phrase, "my waifu," shocking everyone in that scene. That phrase went on to gain popularity in 4chan's anime and manga board, go figure, where it was used both ironically and unironically, cementing the word in the minds of internet weebs all around the world. But what makes a waifu a waifu? To simply put, it's any female character you or the audience feel strongly about. It's a character you stand by and hold above the rest of the characters in whatever franchise they're in. From their character design to their personality and quirks, something just clicks in you to want to see more and more of your waifu on screen. I guess it's also interesting to know that one's personality plays a lot into the kind of characters they dub as waifus, as most of the times before you even realize it, you've already dubbed the character as your waifu long before you see them in action. Me personally, I gravitate towards the big sword wielding commander mommies strong enough to accidentally split my skull open while laughing about it. Is there a reason why that is? Of course, trauma. Tomo-chan is a Girl is a cute little slice of life rom-com that centers around the titular Tomo Aizawa, a tomboy with a pure heart who tries to win the affection of a childhood friend and crush, this guy, Jun, who literally sees her as a brother and no way romantically. They get into all sorts of situations to varying degrees of exaggeration as she tries to get her feelings across to Jun, who might also be starting to fall in love with her. The emergence of waifus have also given rise to the best girl phenomenon. Think of them as the MVPs of the show. While not every waifu is best girl, every best girl is a waifu. Best girls are usually applauded by the majority of the community as the one who has performed exceptionally well in the confines of whatever anime they're in. For example, we have Fate Stay Night. Rin may be best girl, but Saber is waifu. And this line has only gotten wider as the years have gone by, with best girls really getting more distinct as newer stuff comes out. This has also led to a lot of waifu wars. War never changes, and neither do people and their waifus. I wasn't there for the Evangelion waifu wars, but I was definitely there for the ReZero waifu wars. Rem is the true waifu. Her undying love for Subaru has saved him countless times. She's the one he deserves. Well, Emilia is the one he truly loves. She's the one constantly pushing him to do better and never give up. Oh yeah? Well, she's completely useless. What has she ever done for Subaru anyways besides give him a lap pillow that one time? Well, at least she didn't try to kill him several times over, adding to his never-ending trauma. Oh my god, that was so bad. But yeah, this back and forth went on for quite some time until Rem finally confessed, but got turned down by Subaru in the famous I Love Emilia scene, crushing Rem stans all around the world. Okay, I may have gotten a bit sidetracked there, but what does this have to do with the slice of life waifus? Well, this has brought forth the new era of waifus along with the slice of waifu genre. Aharen is Indecipherable is a cute little slice of life rom-com that centers around the titular Reina Aharen, a cute little girl who has trouble speaking loud enough to be understood, so it makes it hard for people to hear her and communicate, until she finally meets this guy, Raido, who is able to actually understand her. They become friends and get into all sorts of situations with varying degrees of exaggeration as the two get to know each other, make friends, and slowly fall in love as it happens. The slice of life genre is one that can be really fun to watch, especially when it doesn't take itself too seriously. It goes hand in hand with comedy and is just around meant to be a good time. Sure, the jokes might not hit, with a lot of the comedy being delivered from over-exaggeration, but it does its job well. The slice of waifu genre does all this. However, it has an added layer of having some kind of unique gimmick to it, with slow and steady plot progression and character development. It usually goes something like this. Female lead chan meets generic male con, one of them takes some kind of interest in the other for varying reasons, tying into the gimmick the anime will be centered on. They get into various situations where that gimmick is the catalyst or the driving force, and somewhere along the line they start to really blush around each other and slowly fall in love. And that's the status quo. You can pretty much tell these types of anime from a mile away. They're labeled as rom-com, but most of the time focus on the They're labeled as rom-com, but most of the time focus on the comedy, with the romance being built up really slowly over the season. And this is where the problems of the genre really begin to show. Don't Toy With Me Miss Nagatoro is a cute little slice of life rom-com that centers around the titular Hayase Nagatoro, a rough and tumble gyaru who spends her days making fun of and bullying this guy, her senpai, putting him into all sorts of situations with varying degrees of exaggeration. While she comes off as mean-spirited, most of the time she does care about her senpai and likes spending time with him. The two do begin to get to know each other and perhaps slowly fall in love. The slice of waifu genre is one that, while it offers a ton of wholesome moments, is very repetitive. I can only awe at my screen so many times before I begin to roll my eyes at every attempt they have at pulling off something sweet and wholesome. The romance aspect all boils down to these two main characters getting into situations that end with either one or both of them realizing what they said or did that results in both of them blushing at the end. Clearly at the start, the romance isn't all that pronounced and needs to steadily be built up with every episode. And I get that you can't really rush a romance as it needs to feel organic, but if it's only the two main characters you're watching, it begins to feel like a drag. You can only stretch the gimmick so far before the audience gets tired of the repetition, because in the end, all we want to see is the two of them get together. And this is why I have to give respect to Kaguya-sama Love is War, for slowly and subtly shifting its focus from the self-contained gags to more of a character drama, as not only do Kaguya and Miyuki finally get together after what I consider to be an amazing build-up, it also shows us how they go about taking the next step in their relationship. Even side characters like Ishigami, best boy by the way, go through several arcs and grow as people, all the while still maintaining that unique sense of humor. And this is where the side characters come in. The side characters in Slice of Waifu bring a much needed change to the events that happen in the series, each with their own quirks, bring a lot of charm and chaos to the otherwise simple situations our main characters are put in, and in some cases even brings their own drama to the whole mix. They can either increase or diminish your enjoyment as the various personalities help to make the world feel more lived in. Heck, sometimes they even outshine the main waifus and become the true best girls. That's right, we've gone full circle. You may think it's not all that, but trust me, when a slice of waifu has weak characters, you will know. Like in Don't Toy With Me Nagatoro, even after the first season, the side characters are mostly just different shades of Nagatoro. We've got Nagatoro but stupid, Nagatoro but tougher, and Nagatoro but flirtier, all of whom join in the teasing of their senpai. They aren't all that memorable and don't really shake up the formula of the series has established. But you see someone like Karo from Tomo-chan is a Girl, she's a really great character, from a captivating design to a very distinct personality, all with how she interacts with other characters. It makes her really stand out, making her one of the more memorable characters of the show. Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out is a not so cute little slice of life that centers around the titular Hana Uzuki, an over-energetic girl who spends her free time bothering this guy, Sakurai, her senpai who enjoys his time being alone. She pesters him and tries to get him to go out, where they get into all sorts of situations with varying degrees of exaggeration, as the two slowly begin to get to know each other and eventually fall in love. they eventually fall in love. Fall in love. It feels like I've been saying this over and over again. Have I just been repeating myself all this time? Are they really all the same? Are they? The genre is one that gives romance a slow burn. We know the end goal is seeing them together, but it just doesn't want us to get to that point just yet. But then that really isn't an excuse, as we've seen other works juggle between the two main characters getting together and growing as a couple while getting into exaggerated slice of life situations. Just look at Horimiya. To make things even worse with the genre, in order to give some kind of resolution at the end of the season, they throw in some kind of plot at the last couple of episodes to drum up drama and put in some mild stakes to make things feel like there's some kind of direction to be had. Hell, if you're super lucky, we do get to see them get together at the end of the season, but only after a really emotional summer festival under the fireworks. You just have to have the summer festival under the fireworks. But yeah, after that we see a return to norm in the next season if they don't get together. But I guess we're stuck with them since as a whole, romance is a genre that has been pretty lacking for quite some time now. But if you really want to watch some romance, there's always Fruits Basket. I hear it's really good. To end things off with some advice from me, do not binge this slice of waifu anime. I repeat, do not binge this slice of waifu anime. They are not designed to be binged at all, especially back to back. I went from Nagatoro to Uzaki-chan in a day, and my god, I didn't have the strength to deal with her bullshit. The wholesomeness wore down fast. Just watch 1 or 2 episodes every 3 days and you're good. Now that I have imparted some amazing wisdom on you, feel free to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and drop a little comment about what you thought about the video. Really helps the channel out and maybe put me in some favor with the almighty algorithm. This has been your very favorite slice of bread. Stay toasty.